And joining me now is David Hawkins. He's the editor of The Fulcrum. And, let's talk some money, David, because everyone wants a raise, but when you're a member of Congress, it's a little bit more complicated, isn't it?
It's not supposed to be complicated. The idea was to take pay raise politics out of politics by making it automatic that members of Congress would get an inflationary COLA, a cost of living increase, every year unless they voted to deny themselves the money. And in fact, because of the recession of 10 years ago and Congress's terrible approval ratings in the last 10 years, Congress has actually voted to deny themselves a pay raise for 10 straight years. This year there was talk that it was going to be a little bit different and that members were going to allow themselves to get a $4,500 increase. That's about 3%. But now it's all hanging in the balance.
One of the outspoken voices on this is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a new member, and she actually is on the side that Congress does deserve a raise. They should vote for the pay raise. What's kind of her rationale?
So it's very interesting. Her rationale, it's newer members like her who have a little bit of sticker shock. They get to Washington and they realize that life in Washington is expensive. Commuting back and forth to your district and trying to maintain a place to live in D.C. and back in your own home district is expensive unless you live on your office couch, which is kind of a terrible idea. Yeah. So she's in favor of the raise. She also thinks that allowing members of Congress to take just a little bit more money will tamp down on their desire to spin through the revolving door, leave Congress, go to work as a K Street lobbyist. It also has the effect, the congressional pay raise ceiling has the effect of freezing the pay on staffers too, because members are never going to let their staffers make more than they do. So there's essentially a big salary crisis among the staffers too, and a lot of them are leaving faster and faster to go down and work for lobbyists and law firms as well.
And so right now it automatically is going to kick in next year, but they have to vote it down, right? Is that how it works?
Right, they have to vote it down or it happens. So even though, as I say, it's hanging fire at the moment, there was a big protest last week. Some Republican political operatives protested. Some Democrats in tough re-election races protested, said this could be a big campaign issue. They could lose their seats over this. Now it's sort of hanging pause but sooner or later, by the end of the year, Congress will have to vote somehow to deny themselves the money or it'll go through.
Everything's a campaign issue now, isn't it, David? Thank you so much. For more stories like these, you can check out David's publication, The Fulcrum, at thefulcrum.us.